I heard you moved out of Chicago.
Yeah, somewhat. I'm still Chicago based. My mom there and everything. I still got a place in Chicago, but I ain't been home in months, bro. So I'm about to get another place in Atlanta. I'm gonna be there so I can just work. So like I said, I got my artist Smoke. So we gonna work, do our shit. I'm still working with Southside. We about to drop Swervo right after Humble Beast. Me and Baby gonna drop No Limitations. I still got, 150 Dream Team, a compilation tape or album, however I'm gonna do that. That's still in the pipeline, I got artists that I'm just about to just go 100%, 110% with. So I'm just working, man. Chicago too negative. It's too polluted right now. I don't want to be around nothing negative. None of that shit. It's too crazy in Chicago. So I just be trying to stay away, bro. I definitely, yeah. So you could say I moved out of Chicago for now, Of course I'll be back and forth, but ain't no telling. Nobody might not even know when I'm in Chicago. You gotta get up with me.
Yeah, I mean, as you should, because I just interviewed King Louis not too long ago, and he came really, really close to losing his life last time.
Shit, I got shot in the one in my head that went through my ear. I ain't get just shot in that motherfucker was in my head. And then I got shot in my back, my rib, and I got shot in my arm a few times.
Okay.
Did
your ribs break?
I think a couple of them did.
Okay.
Was cracking shit.
How many other shots hit your car that didn't actually hit you?
I didn't count. I don't know.
But there was other shots fired.
Yeah, it was a lot more shots fired, I believe. I don't really recall how many hit the car. I know 7 of them motherfuckers hit me.
Yeah, hit in the air right in front of his crib, So if you ain't safe coming out the house, where the hell you safe at? It's crazy. Anything could happen at any moment. You gotta believe. That's why I think I'm still alive today, because every time I leave out the house, I feel like somebody trying to kill me. And you gotta have that mindset when you leaving out the house, like in Chicago. You gotta feel like your life is at stake 24/7. Like when you in Chicago, I'm in gladiator mode, and I don't need to be like that, I'm an artist, I gotta think positive, think clear. I can't be thinking about trying to kill nobody or somebody trying to kill me, When I'm in Chicago, that's my mindset. I feel like somebody trying to hurt me at all times, so I don't want to think like that. I want to be able to walk down the street comfortably, So Chicago ain't the place to be.
Well, you had posted on Instagram, it was like a list of the most dangerous cities in the U.S. Chicago was number 16. And I looked at the numbers, and New Orleans has 3 times as many murders per person.
Yeah, that's because New Orleans is smaller, bro. It's a small city, So
No, but it takes into account for that. It's it's per 100,000 residents, how many people have gotten killed. So even if it's smaller, it accounts for that number. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, per 100,000 residents, it may be 200,000, 300. I think the population in New Orleans, because I'm there all the time, my people there, the population in New Orleans is a couple 100,000. Chicago is the 3rd biggest city. We got millions of people. All the killing is coming from one area. So it's only a couple 100,000 people in those areas. You get what I'm saying? It's not killing up north and certain areas. People might get killed every now and then, but I'm talking about nonstop, constant killing is going on within 2 neighborhoods, Southside, Eastside. Really, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. And that's the same population as New Orleans. It may be 200,000-300,000 people in that area, and that's where all the killing coming from. So it's literally the exact same.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. If you compare New Orleans to Southside,
to the Southside, it's the same size. It's the exact same size, and that's where all the killing going on, Southside and Eastside. So all the killing going on it.
Well, you talked about in an interview that you saw your first murder at 8 years old?
Yeah. I was 8. I was with my mom too. I wasn't just randomly outside. I was with my mom.
Okay. What was it like to be that young and just see a body sprawled out in front of you?
I don't know. I was thinking about it for some weeks. It took me a little minute to get over it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I was immune to it. At that age, it had me tripping. I was scared. You know what I'm saying? I was traumatized actually, because my mama had to dive on the floor. Her hand was bleeding and shit. So that type of shit just fucked me up at an early age. You know what I'm saying? We was moving, and some guys was in front of my aunt crib. just talking and shit. I guess they just got done fighting or something crazy, and the guy just walked up and just shot the whole crowd up. Hit somebody in the head. He was like literally just slumped over on the gate directly in front of my auntie crib. Like we coming out the door, the gate is right to the right. And he just slumped over, hanging over the gate, you know what I'm saying? So they was shooting, and we helping her move, so we by the car now. And it's just shooting, you know, we know where it's coming from, but we young, I'm young, so my mom, she a woman, she's scared. My father wasn't there at the time. She jumped on the ground, you know what I mean, cut her hand like on the building or something. So just me seeing my mama bleed, I started crying instantly because I didn't know if she was hurt or what, you know. So just at that age, I was thinking about it for weeks, you know what I'm saying? It was probably like, and we was moving late at night, so it was like probably 2 in the morning or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm with my mom though, so I don't know, it was crazy.
Well, I think what's important in this story, and you know, I interviewed this guy named Shaka Senghor. He went to prison for murder and, you know, got out and wrote a best-selling book, you know, was on Oprah and everything. But when he got shot himself for the first time in Detroit, they basically said how, you know, they patched him up and threw him back in the same area where he got shot.
My friend who had got shot the prior year, he ended up taking me to the hospital, dropping me off. They basically pulled 2 bullets out my leg, left one in my foot, patched me up, and literally within a couple of days, I was right back on the block.
If an 8-year-old white kid in the suburbs saw what you saw, he would be in therapy for the next year or 2, talking about his issues, working through them, and so forth. But when you went through it, I assume you didn't do any therapy.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't
You see,
had
you
no
see what I'm saying? So
therapy or
you never
nothing.
quite
I
dealt
ain't
with
had
the
nobody
trauma
talk
involved
to
in
me
that.
about it. Like, ain't nobody, you know, it was just normal, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we was traumatized bad, but after that, I started seeing people get killed and shot all the time. Like, I ain't gonna lie, maybe it was like a movie, because once that happened, I'm walking home from school, somebody getting shot. Like, it was just happening after that. Like, maybe that was just the beginning of a long, I don't know, like, everything happened for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So maybe God just put that in my life early so I could understand what it is and take it for what it is and just move on from it. Well, by the time I'm at this point, you know what I'm saying? But no, it was never no therapy or nothing like that. Like, my sister saw people get shot when she was 6, 7 years old, you know what I'm saying? So just coming home from school.
Yeah. Well, you got shot in the foot.
Yeah, I got shot too. I got shot in the foot before, and that shit.
Okay. Well, you almost got shot in the head.
Wasn't about nothing. Yeah, the bullet went like through my head. Like, I had my head on like on some Swiss Beats type shit, and the bullet like went through my head, like through the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? And
So you took your hat off, or I guess the hat flew off, I guess?
No, the hat flew off. If I had my head on like this, I probably would have got shot in the head, or it might have flew past. I don't know how. It was just God, I guess. Like, I had it on some random shit, just tripping like this, you know what I'm saying? It literally just knocked my hat right off my head, you know, maybe it hit the top. I had a bullet hole on top of I thought I got shot in the head because my head was hot. I felt like the heat from the bullet on top of my head, so I was scared, you know. I'm just thinking, like, don't fall, you know. I'm thinking I'm hitting the head. I'm just like, don't fall. If you fall, they're going to kill you, you know. But I was already hitting the foot. I didn't know I was hit. So I just was running, and when I stopped, my shit started burning like crazy. So I ain't know.
So you're talking about 1 to 2 inches over the top of your head.
Yeah, at least like literally 1 to 2 inches. I felt the heat on my head, so I thought I was shot. It was, as I'm running, I still feel heat, like not just a second. Like, I felt the heat on my head for like 40 seconds. So I thought I was shot, you know what I'm saying? By the time I'm running and I'm still, you know what I'm saying, down the block, the shot's still going off though. Like, the shot's going off for like 2 minutes. 2-3 minutes, like literally. When I'm running, I'm away from the scene and the shot's still going off, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my homies got hit that day, like they shot like 8 of us.
So afterwards, you're holding your hat with a bullet hole in it.
I didn't hold my hat, my hat dropped, it was on the floor. I was holding my head, it was hot, like that hat was gone.
No, but I mean, but afterwards, you went to go pick up your hat.
Yeah, I went and got
and you're looking at the bullet hole. Do you still have that hat?
No. Matter of fact, literally, I didn't even go back and get the hat. A guy from the neighborhood grabbed my hat and was wearing my hat around. Like when and I saw him, I grabbed my shit like, dude, what the fuck you got my hat? It was a bullet hole in it. Like he still was wearing the hat with the bullet hole in it and everything, like wearing it through the hood, wearing my hat. I'm letting him wear it for a couple days. I'm like, bro, that's my hat. I ain't never say nothing. But I just randomly see him one day. I'm like, bro, get my fucking hat. You know what I'm saying? Take my hat off. You feel me? You got my hat on. Why would you even pick somebody's head up off the ground that, you know what I'm saying, got bullet hole in it? So I see it and it was a bullet hole in it, but my head was hot. I ain't think twice about it because I was shot, you know, and I saw one shot in the head, so I ain't really care, you know. I wasn't even thinking about the hat, you feel me? So.
But when afterwards, when you get the hat and you're looking at this bullet hole, how did that really affect you to see how close you came from not being here?
I don't know, man. I know I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? And really, like, it was close range. Like, I'm seeing it. Like, they was pointing a gun at me. Like, it wasn't randomly. They was trying to shoot me, you feel me? So they was close up. Like, I don't know how I only got hit in the foot. Like, I could have been hit anywhere else. Like, I don't know how a bullet went from here and then I got hit down here. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's just God, you know? Like, God really is, God works. God is real, you know what I'm saying? He works in mysterious ways. I just feel like I'm destined. I'm meant to be here, you know what I'm saying? So I just took it for that. I'm blessed, you know, and I don't know. I was still in the streets, though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, still shot, crutch on. I'm still on the block every day. Like, it never happened, you know what I'm saying? But I always understood I was blessed, you know. Of course, I ain't never take it for granted. I knew for a fact it was meant for me not to get shot in the head, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like.
Well,
it was a sign, I guess.
Did the guy just have bad aim?
Maybe they had bad aim, but God made them have bad aim that day, you know what I'm saying? People got bad aim all the time that kill people. Like, it ain't good aim. Bullets don't have no name on them. They just flying. So it ain't good aim. It ain't bad aim. It's just shooting. People could be shooting in the air. You could shoot this way, and it randomly hit a nigga in the head down the street 3 blocks down because bullets maneuver. They move.
Well, after that happened, and once again, no therapy after the situation.
No therapy,
right?
Of course.
So you have this, well, you get shot and you almost get killed at the same time. You come back out of the house. At this point, do you feel fear or do you feel anger?
Anger, probably, not fear. You can't live in fear. I feel like if you live in fear, you giving them what they want, you know what I'm saying? Living in fear, that's how you die. You gotta be fearless. You gotta understand the situation you in, you know what I'm saying? It's more so anger, it's more so I can't let this happen again. It's fear too, though. It's fear because you don't want to die. It's fear and anger. It's fear, not fear saying I'm gonna be high and I'm gonna duck this situation because I was still outside. I still put myself in a line of fire when I'm still shot the next day, days after, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was still doing the same thing I was doing that got me shot. I was still on the same block I got shot on, so it wasn't fear, it was just accepting my situation. It's the life that I chose, you know what I'm saying? It's the life that chose me. This is who I am. This is the situation I'm in, and I gotta accept it. I gotta make the best of it for now. This me, this who I am. So it was just, that's just life. Like, literally, that's life. That's growing up in Chicago, bro. A lot of my homies get shot, and we back out here doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But certain situations, you got to understand you can't be in the streets forever. You got to take it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? You can't do this forever. It's only a temporary gain. You can't sell drugs forever. You can't be that $100,000, $200,000-$300,000 dude in the hood trying to take orders, and, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that forever, you know, so it's just, luckily I'm blessed to have gone through it early. I was 16 when I got shot, you know, so.